ESPN, they obviously come out with their top 25 targets at the deadline every single year for the trade deadline. And they have a list of players that could potentially be on the move. We can kind of go through and see if any of these players would be in on for the Lions. And I checked out the list. I think some of these guys, I don't know. We'll see if they actually get moved, but let's check out who they have. So number one on this list, according to ESPN, the biggest player that could potentially be moved is Trey Hendrickson. That's who they have at number one. And I think this really depends on what happens with the Bengals because they're 3-4. They think they probably have a chance with Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with Trey Hendrickson. If you're the Bengals, if you miss the playoffs and Trey basically walks, that's one of the most boneheaded moves I've ever seen. But it is the Bengals, so I guess I wouldn't be totally surprised. But if I'm the Bengals, I'm looking to trade Trey Hendrickson. I'm looking to get something for him. I mean, you're not going to be able to pay him again. So Joe Burrow comes back in like December, but they're not going to be, I don't think, in the playoff race in December. So they got to really decide. I mean, you have a little over a week. You got not next week, but the following week. I think it's on like a Tuesday or something, the trade deadline. We'll find out this weekend, but I think the Bengals are going to be a team that's probably I would think that they would look to shop Trey Hendrickson. Tim says, can they tag him? I mean, they could, but
that's so dead because they would have tagged him. I mean, before, right. And he's like, it's an issue where he's like willing to sit out. He sat out all the way up until the season essentially. So there's no like, can they tag him? They have one option. It's either they pay him a long-term deal or they trade him, one of the two, or they let him walk at the end of the season. And you don't want to just let a Trey Hendrickson walk for nothing. Like that's just bad business.
Yeah, you could probably get a second-round pick for him, I would think. I mean, a team that's a contender would be willing to pay that. Trey Hendrickson is a move that you send to your fan base. We're trying to win the Super Bowl, or we're going all in, or we want our best chance at winning a Super Bowl. And I know for a fact teams like the Cowboys are going to want to pay for a guy like Trey Hendrickson, even though they just had Micah, but they're going to want an edge. They want an edge. They already came out and said that. They're in the market. They tried looking into Max Crosby. So the Dallas Cowboys could be interested. The Eagles are always a factor in these type of deals. Always. I would like to think the Lions will be at least sniffing around, just seeing what's going on. I know they have AQM and Marcus Davenport. But if you get Trey Hendrickson, you have the best defensive line by far in the league. So
for sure,
that's something Brad would have to think about for sure. And he's on a rental, so it wouldn't hurt you long term. Makes too much sense. I've already spoke about this before. I just would be, I don't know. I'd be shocked if Brad saw if he is available and will be traded. Brad just looks at it and goes, I'm good. I'd be shocked. Maybe not because we know who Brad is. But I mean, if you're a contender, everyone should be interested in Trey. Everyone.
Yeah, I think it depends on how they do this week and next week. They have two games. I think they play the Jets and then the Bears. So it just depends. I think that's their schedule. I think it's Jets Bears. So if they win these next two games, which two winnable games for Joe Flacco and the Bengals, if they win those games, they're probably like, hey, we're not going to sell because Joe Burrow's going to be back whenever it is, November, December.
Yeah,
and we're above water right now.
5-4 if they win both. I could see them doing that too. If you're above 500, I get it. Or even at 500. I mean, I guess you can argue that too. But we'll see what happens with Trey. He's the number one player on this list. They have the teams that fit. They have the 49ers, the Eagles, and the Colts. See, the 49ers will be in this thing too, man, because Nick Bosa's out for the entire year. Colts, I didn't know the Colts. I don't know too much about the Colts' edge spot. Maybe they need pass rushers. So, but they have a predicted chance of getting traded. It's 20%.
Feels like he's going to be an Eagle. Honestly,
it
just makes sense. They bring Brandon Graham back, who like Brandon Graham did an interview the other day after, and he was like, I played 4 plays and I had to ask to be taken out. It's like, yeah, dude, you're 40 years old, you retired and decided to come back halfway through the year. Right? It's just like, yeah, probably not going to play.
Yeah,
to Zadarius Smith's level.
No, this would be an Eagles type of move. I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Feels like it.
They need a pass rusher. Number 2, the Jalen Waddle. He should be traded.
Yeah, we won't.
Yeah, Lions aren't going to get on him. Breece Hall is on here as well. That's probably a Charger. He's probably a Charger. Or a Chief. Charger or Chief, Breece Hall. That'd be a nuts move for the Chiefs to make. That'd be a great move for the Chiefs to get Breece Hall. And then they have Tariq Woolen. Here we go. And the Detroit Lions are on this for Tariq Woolen.
There we go.
50% chance.
Everyone's been saying it.
They're selling him. 4th-year pro, 6'4" frame, elite speed. Woolen has 11 interceptions and 30 pass breakups in his career. Inconsistent tackling and lapses in eye discipline have prevented him from reaching his ceiling, but Woolen has the best physical traits. Oh, here we go. Physical traits. I think, let me see something actually. Okay. Tariq Woolen. Let me just see something real quick. So he had 6 interceptions year 1, 2 interceptions year 2, 3 interceptions year 3. So he's been semi-productive. He obviously wasn't too productive. He hasn't been productive that much this year, but he's been productive in his career. I like Tariq Woolen. I just don't think the Lions, this is a move that they would, I don't think they'll make a move for another DB, in my opinion. So
I don't know.
I've already stated that. I don't know.
I don't think I would say like there's other needs. We've said it for like a couple days now, but it's starting to come out today that the Lions are interested in corners. Like I saw one report already of the Lions are like potentially like Cam Taylor-Britt from the Bengals. I saw a report that they potentially are interested in bringing Cam Taylor-Britt in. So it's just like if that's real, then Tariq Woolen's in play again, and I don't know if it's they don't trust Terrion. I don't know. These are just like what I've seen on Twitter. I don't think there's any, hey, Brad's out here telling the media we want a corner. But
if Ricky Scoops says
I don't think it was Ricky Scoops, but I saw it out there.
Yeah, it says he doesn't fit what Mike McDonald wants to do. It says he would be best served going to a team that uses his man coverage traits. Yeah, so I think I'm not saying the Lions wouldn't like a guy with this type of physical ability. I know Brad loves guys with physical ability, like the RAS score stuff. He obviously is a high tester on that. I'd like to see his RAS score actually, because he definitely has a high RAS score. I think he got a 10. Okay, he got a 10. Okay, so yeah, he got a perfect RAS score. I mean.
Brad's all in on him then.
Or a 9.7, sorry, out of 10. That's basically close to a 10. It's unofficial 10, but I think he got a 9.7, which is crazy. So Brad's definitely likes these type of corners that are physically gifted. I think fit-wise, it makes sense. I just don't see with DJ Reed coming back in a couple of weeks, it would be more of a he would be a depth piece. I mean, I don't it's too many guys. They probably have guys that want to play. I don't know. That'd be difficult, but I could see it.
I feel like they're going to end up I feel like they're going to end up trading for a corner. I do. I feel like maybe with the injuries, they might feel good about the depth, but I feel maybe it's one of those moments where Brad's finally like, I don't want to be stuck into last year. Like, I don't want what happened last year. I'd rather have an offensive tackle or a defensive lineman, but this feels like it's one of those things that Brad does is like when you want a specific piece, he seems to go the other way. And this feels like the other way.
Yeah, he played good against the Texans. He probably knows now he's being shopped, so he's locking in. But
yeah,
I'm curious to see what happens with him. Jacoby Myers, another wide receiver. He'll be traded probably, but the Lions aren't going to be in that equation. Mark Andrews, another player. I can see him being traded potentially. I don't know. It depends. It depends what the Ravens do. If they start winning, I don't think he gets traded. But they don't really use him as much as they usually do. They used to. In the red zone, they do, but
if they lose this week, the Ravens might actually be a team that shops some people. They might be.
Yeah.
If they lose this week. If they're 1-6, I don't see why they wouldn't try and just get some draft capital.
He's in the last year's deal. So
yeah, keep some keep all of the specific pieces, but there are maybe a couple guys here and there that you could, you might lose anyways. You might as well give up.
Chris Olave. Yeah, he'll be traded. I could see that. Saints stink. I mean, why would they keep him? He hasn't been as good as people maybe thought. He's good, but all these other Ohio wide receivers have been better than him. Everyone that came out so far. I feel like he's like not that he's a bad player, but out of all the guys that came out of Ohio State the last couple of years, he's definitely at the last of that, I think. I mean, Garrett Wilson, maybe Marvin Harrison, I guess. We'll see. I mean, he's been a little more up and down, I guess. So that's fair, but Yeah, that's tougher. I love Chris Olave coming out, but he's just been injured and his concussion stuff going on. So I don't know what happened. Jalen Phillips, edge. This is another one.
Big one that just keeps getting pushed out there.
Oh, hey, didn't catch you there. Let me tell you about our friends over at Manta. With the Manta Pro Sleep Mask, which is a fully adjustable, ultra comfortable sleep mask that delivers 100% blackout and breathable side sleeper friendly design. I'm a side sleeper. I ordered this about a week ago. It came in. I've been using it, and I've gotten some of the best sleep I've ever gotten. Because I know you guys are tired of waking up before your alarm because the sun's hitting your face. Well, the Manta Sleep Mask Pro blocks out every bit of light, so you can actually stay asleep. If you can't sleep because of street lights, early sunrises, or your room just isn't dark enough, this helps. It's fully breathable. I sweat when I sleep. It helps out tremendously. 100% blackout. Adjustable eye cups, breathable, cooling materials, which is all ventilated. And you guys can go to the website and use the code CRUNCH to unlock 10% off your purchase. You can also grab different accessories to go along with it. It's the best. I can't believe I just started using a sleep mask. It's a lifesaver. So appreciate them for sponsoring the video. Now let's get back to it. Yeah, it says the tape injuries have reduced Phillips' explosiveness and range, but he has the physical tools that teams look for in an edge. 6'5" frame. He can play as both an edge setter and a pocket disruptor, which Brad likes the edge setting. 25 sacks, 117 pressures over his 5-year career. The Chiefs, 49ers, and Lions. Obviously, the 49ers are always going to be in these edge conversations. But it says they believe that he'll have more value than Chubb due to his upside. But he's had the injuries, which Brad might like that. Mike McDaniel said last week that any Dolphins trade rumors are baseless currently. Which, come on, dude.
They also said they weren't going to fire him this year, too, a week ago. But it's like you're going to Mike McDaniel's going to get fired at some point. If they don't fire him at some point this year, ownership and everything, they're spineless. Absolutely spineless.
He's fired. Yeah. Jalen Phillips I'd be down with. I think it'd be cheaper. Maybe I don't know what you'd pay for.
Probably cheaper, yeah.
Yeah, just because the injuries.
To be honest, expectations for him too. You don't have to. He's not a guy that's going to have to go get you 10+. You're just bringing him in probably cheap, just a rotational piece. And he hasn't been since coming off injury. Obviously, like 2 pretty tough injuries the last 2 years.
Yeah. I'd be curious with that. I know we always give Davenport shit for staying healthy. I don't know what happens with Jalen Phillips. You know,
Lions fans love him too, dude. All over Twitter. All Lions fans want him. But again, that is a good point where Lions fans also hate Marcus Davenport because he's always injured.
And it says all the things here. He has the physical tools that teams look for in an edge. It's like Davenport, big. You know, he does it's like all the things you look for.
Long 6'5" frame.
Yeah, it's the same thing. He's younger though. I'll give him that, but
can set the edge. It's like, okay.
I don't know about that. Lante Taylor, cornerback. That's another corner.
I think I saw at one point the Lions with Lante Taylor.
He could play a disruptive role in the slot. I mean, 6 sacks, 3 picks, 36 pass breakups. I mean, the Lions don't really have. I mean, they don't really use a nickel a ton, but if they wanted to, when everyone's healthy, it'd probably be a Meek. But I don't know if they would want. I don't know. I think they probably would. I think Tariq Woolen probably fits. They probably want an outside guy if they were to get one. But
yeah,
nickel wouldn't. Jermaine Johnson is at 10 on this list.
I would take Jermaine Johnson. Yeah, I like Jermaine Johnson.
Let me see, $13.4 million salary, 5th-year option's reasonable. I mean, he had an Achilles injury. He missed 15 games. He had to sit for 3 earlier this year with an ankle injury. But when healthy, he has the strength. What was his best? He had his best numbers in 2023. Totaled 7.5 sacks, 16 pressures.
Doesn't he right now? I could be wrong. Oh, he has 1 sack right now. Okay, I thought he had more. He's had 1 good year. Yeah, and he's only played in 4 games this year. Okay, maybe I take back the Jermaine Johnson one. I'm out. Like, if a guy's injured, like, I'm out. I just don't want to have to deal with, hey, guy's injured. He's not. He's injured. He's not. I just don't want to have to deal with that personally. I don't think it's good for the team, especially when you already have the Davenport situation. If you're going to use capital to add to this team for a Super Bowl run, it better be a guy that's like Iron Man.
Yeah. I don't know. And it's not. I don't know about that. Jermaine, he's an upside. You trade for him for what he can be, his upside, but it's guys that are coming off these bad injuries, like Achilles injuries and ankle injuries.
Why can't we get Will McDonald, huh?
Yeah, Will McDonald's a beast. He's a beast. They have Logan Wilson, linebacker. Lions aren't going to trade for Logan Wilson. Michael Carter, corner. Yeah, no, I'm good. Arden Key. Now we're talking.
Here's your guy. This is your guy. He has a 1.5 sacks so far this year. I think it says there.
He had a total of over 12.5 his last 2 seasons. Situational pass rusher for a contending team. I mean, that's like he's kind of like another. He is kind of like another AQM kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, it's depth, right? It's another piece.
Yeah, he says with his length at 6'5", Key can be set up on the edge or schemed out of loaded fronts. I like Arden Key because also, like, what is Arden Key making? Let me see, contract. I think he's making like $7 million this year or something.
Last year of his deal. Yeah, he's on the final year of his deal.
He's like a $9 million cap hit. And then he's out. See, that's actually a good. I would like Arden Key. I wouldn't mind a guy like Arden Key. For not getting a big fish, he's probably the next. I think he's a good player.
I think a lot of people, like, when they think about the trade deadline, especially for the edge position, they look at it and they just instantly think like Trey Hendrickson, give us a 15 sack guy. This was like the conversation we had in the offseason with the edge position. And I think more so in the offseason, you had a more of a leg to stand on when it comes to bringing in another high producing guy. But I think now the fact that you do have AQM that has 4.5, 5 sacks already, and then you do have the linebackers doing what they're doing, and you have Davenport that's going to be coming back, then you kind of turn to like, okay, we really just need a depth guy, 5 to 7 sacks, right? You just need another piece in there to rotate in and out. Or if there's a guy that gets hurt, knock on wood, if AQM goes down at all, or Davenport ends up coming back and going down again, now you have backup. That's where I think it's like the biggest thing with this is. So I think Arden Keys are perfect for that.
Yeah, Nick Pieces Key is 240 pounds, not coming off the edge in Detroit. Thesis Key seems too small. Yeah, I mean, they do typically like their guys. Like, what is AQM? He's like, AQM's like 2. How big is AQM? He's 250. So.
What is Arden Key?
240.
Same player. There we go.
They're literally like the same.
Let's literally just put a couple, wear some heavier cleats. You're good to go. No, actually, that makes you slower. Don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, AQM's 250. He's 240. I mean, I don't know. Like, let me see. Is he 240? I'm just going to confirm. I think he actually is 240. He's 240. 6'5", 240. Dramont Jones, I see in there. He's on the Titans. He's more of a he's a good player too. Dramont Jones, he comes off the edge in Tennessee. He's 280, 28 years old. He's had a sack the last 2 games. He's a 6'3", 280 pounds, and he's been pretty productive in his career. I actually like Dramont Jones because you can move him around too. That probably seems like a Brad guy type of guy. So I don't mind age shift. I'm with Dramont Jones. He played for the Broncos, I think. He played for Seattle, and then he was with the Broncos. But he's been consistent in his career. I mean, he's getting 4 to 7 sacks a year every single year. Just productive. He has 2 through 7 games in Tennessee, but they suck. So, I mean, you can't remember.
So bad, dude. Tennessee is so bad.
I got to kind of have his back there. It's not really, I mean. Steve Wallace says, do you think Weed has any upside? I don't know. That's kind of one of those things where you're like, is it a lightning in a bottle type of game, or is this something you could probably get a little more consistently? I don't know. He had, let me see.
I mean,
he had a
played
4
9
fumble and a sack and a half against the Bucs.
I mean, he had one. That's one good game. I mean, I'm not going to sit there. This is what I won't do, and this is what I think fans do a lot. Is I think like a player will have one very, very good game, and then it's like we love this guy so much, and then after that, he struggles a little bit, and then everyone hates him. Like I'm going to try and what's the word in the kind of like even keel? Like, okay, Let's see what he can do.
Expectations for
let's see what he can do moving forward. It's the same thing like with my guy from Saginaw, like Nick Whiteside. Like I would like to keep like. Obviously, he had a very good game versus the Bucks, and I mean we're putting out social posts, and I'm talking about it. But obviously, like realistically, I want to be able to see Nick Whiteside do what he did more like consistently. You know what I mean? Like he's did it for one game. That was his first big game. I don't want to fall instantly with some of these guys just for the hype. You know what I mean? Like that one moment where you're like, whoa. You want to be able to say, okay, can he do this for 3 or 4 games? Or maybe not that big game he had, but can he put solid performances together back to back weeks? And it's like that with Wheat, where it's like, yeah, he had 1.5 sacks. Okay, let's see what he can do next week. Can he produce? Like he had 9 snaps last week. I'm sure Shep's going to give him some more maybe this week because he did produce. And it's all right. Can he keep that going? So I kind of just, like you said, temper expectations for some of these guys. That's why I think you still have to look out. You have to go out there and look. I think it's the same thing with the corner room. It's like, hey, yeah, the corners in the secondary had a very good game. Temper expectations. We have one game more until the trade deadline. You have next week with the trade deadline with the Vikings game. See what these guys look like. Okay, if they keep putting it together, okay, now we're good to go.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with like AQM is I'm not trying to insinuate or say that he won't be productive all year, but that's the difference between good players and great players is guys that like Hutch, you're going to get Hutch from week 1 to week 17, week 8. I mean, you know what you're getting game to game. That's kind of how I feel about it. I think AQM's having a great start. He's like 5 sacks. I guess for me, I don't want to say I'm like pessimistic, but I just want to see a little more of AQM just over time because he's on track for a career year. Could he have it? Yeah. I don't know. It's same thing with like Tyrus. Not that he's in the same category. Obviously, he has a better career than Tyrus Wheat, but I'm not going to take one game and say, Tyrus Wheat's the answer. Like Hassanin, I know people mention Hassanin. He's guys like, I don't know. He's probably he's a player that needs to develop, and he hasn't even been able to because he's been hurt. So that's another tough one. Like Steve says, Pascal. Like Pascal, I don't know what's going on with Pascal. I don't think anyone really knows but the coaches and some of the players. So
can I admit something real quick here?
Yeah, what's up?
I put the Pistons game on next to me. The Pistons started 20 minutes ago. I've been just watching the pregame show for the last 20 minutes. And I'm like sitting here like, oh, I got to put a bet on the Pistons game. They're 20 minutes in. I'm looking at FanDuel. I'm like, how is there 20 points scored already? I was confused.
Yeah, I checked and they're up 3, and I was like, oh wow.
I went to go put a bet in on Sengun, and I'm like, all right, let's throw one on, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, wait a sec.
Yeah, he's 0 for 5.
Yeah, good thing. Hey, good thing I didn't.
Yeah, he's 0 for 5 to start the game. Sengun. I knew KD would torch the Pistons. I mean, he has literally 6 points already. I mean, he's gonna have 30 tonight. He always does.
I saw KD get like almost 6. I think it was like 55 on the Pistons one year.
But Ron Holland, by the way, dude, he's having a good start to the year. He already has. I mean, he's played 5 minutes. He has 6 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist.
Looks good.
And not last night, excuse me. And the opener, he had 19 points in 27 minutes. So 19, 4, and 3. Yeah, that's yep. Yeah, I want to ask Eric about that because he's been really good. But I
just want to ask like the AQM thing. Like I'm with you on that. I think it's better for AQ. I think the thing with AQM, Jeff, is like, at least for me, we have seen a 7-game sample size now. You know what I mean? And it's not even like a 7-game sample size. Like let me like look up last year. Last year towards the end of the year.
Last year for sure.
He was good. So it wasn't like, to me, it's not like, okay, like I need to see that much more of AQM. To end the year last year, he had, what did he have? 3 sacks or 5 sacks in how many games he played in? 1, 2, 3. Was it 5 sacks last year he had? Or 3?
I think he had 3 sacks.
He had 3 in 9 games, but like it was like the last like 5 or 6 games, he had 3 in the last like 6 games or something like that. So it's like, okay, AQM could play. And then the first 7 games this year, boom, AQM, he has 5 sacks through 7 games. So obviously he's probably not going to go at that pace all year, or he's going to have 15 sacks or 14 sacks, whatever it is. But I just think like these guys, like the depth guys, they need to make trades for depth guys because you can't get a guy to go down and you're screwed. You can't.
Right.
You can't. Like I don't want to be in a position in January, Jeff, where Brad Holmes is like, let's go to the Arizona Cardinals practice squad and pick up an edge rusher that hasn't played a snap of NFL football. Now he's getting thrown in the fire versus, I don't know, the Philadelphia Eagles in a wild card weekend. Like, we don't need that.
Yeah, I mean, I think depth is important. I'm with you on that. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.